Hello guys, can you hear me? Let me. Uh, Please confirm if you are able to hear me. Okay, now I'm seeing myself, so it should be fine. Okay, guys, how was the contest? Till let's wait till more people join as well, and then we're gonna start talking about the problems. Hello, Solaris. I ranked 56. Congrats, great. We're gonna have some prizes for random ranks as well. So if you want, maybe we can do it now. Maybe we can do it now so that it would be something fair. I mean, in front of everyone, it will happen. See, let's random generator. I think Google had random generator as well. Yeah, it has. I see that the first ranks, the rank Omnic won the first rank. Rank 2 is, I think, Kevin Son, I think is the guy who's the first person right now in CF. Kevin Son. Or maybe not, I don't know. Because I saw Kevin, I assumed that's him. And another LGM that I searched. But no one actually accepted problem G. We expected problem G to be solved, but not yet. So if you start with doing a random ranking, is this Kaysan? He helped us with something. He let us know about an issue in problem D in the test cases. I'm very thankful for him. Uh, I'm very thankful for this. So if you want, we can start with doing this random awards. Oh, Kaysan is Kevin-san. Okay. Right. Yeah, I've met him in ICPC. Yeah. So who was this guy? Oh, I. Okay, so is the stream lagging? Let me see myself. The camera is lagging. That's weird. Let me. You are right. The camera is lagging for me as well. I don't know why is this happening, but it's either internet or my laptop. So let me plug in my charger so that probably it resolves this. Got runtime error on Python, even though it worked locally. Something is wrong. It's possible that you got runtime on larger test cases. So we kind of, I mean, you never can be sure, but we kind of feel like the tests are okay now. Yeah. And we're sorry about internal error. I mean, I assume that it's going to be a lot more smooth. But at the same time that you were doing the contest, I was uh, trying to fix the judge. I mean, the issue. I mean, the issues that was happening. I was all the time at the same time that you were doing the contest. I was all the time trying to fix those issues. I mean, for the first contest, it was not a bad experience. We learned many things from it. We learned that for the next contests, what should we do so that these issues won't happen? This was our first contest anyway, and I think it was a okay. I know why. Okay, now I see myself. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about it. I basically wanted to. I mean, the problems EFG were prepared by a very legendary author. I really like his problems. Ashmas, he did the problems EFG. It was the best problems that he had, and they were really great. I was hoping to read them so that in the stream I read them during the contest, so that in the stream I talk about the solution of them as well. But because we had more fundamental issues, I had to spend time on them. But anyway, the editorial is ready, and you can see all of the solutions in the editorial. So if you are waiting, I mean, anyway, people who are looking for solutions, EFG probably won't wait uh, for the video to get there. So if you want, you can see all of the solutions in here in multiple steps. And so if you need, you can take a look at that to see the solutions. I unfortunately couldn't read the solutions of problem E, but the previous problems are okay. I know their solutions already. So I will solve problems A to E in the live stream. If you want the solution of the rest of the problems, you can look at that. Your application is free for users? Yes, everything is free on Repovive. I personally am paying amounts so that it can keep going. As long as I can, I will support it and try to go forward because, yeah, we have people who help us with roadmaps and everything else. And as you can see, there are many other roadmaps that are being prepared as well. Dynamic programming is almost ready. I mean, it's ready. I mean, it's released. We made Graph private. We will make it public again. We made it private so that we can finalize it, and then we will make it public. It's awesome. I mean, it has so many sections, and it's awesome. Yeah, so for now, we're going forward. If at some point we needed some support, we will let you know. But so far, we could go forward. So could you please define unagile that Codeforces I got TLEV because my debug logs I didn't design. Oh, yeah. Sure. That's a very good comment. I take a screenshot from it so that I can uh, look at it later. Oh, my screen was not being shown when I showed the editorial. Yeah, editorial is here, by the way. And yeah, DP roadmap is here. Right now it has 20 sessions. It goes from recursion fundamentals to broken profile DP. I mean, to very harder topics. We plan to add more problems to the problem set though. Okay, so do you want to now choose the prize winners or talk about the problems first? How to improve at CP. I mean, the whole thing that Repovive is about improving in CP. So basically, you can take a look at the videos that we already have. That we talked actually about it. That's how to grow. But at the end, it's about practice. I mean, even if you watch those videos, most thing that we say is that you have to practice at the end of the day. And these roadmaps are something that you can follow. I mean, they can really help you because they have integrated practice in them. Okay, shall we talk about the problems or do the shall we do the prize winners? Okay, let me tell in Telegram as well that the prize winners will be chosen right now on this stream so that it would be in front of everyone. There won't be any cheating in it. The prize winners are being chosen right now. Okay. So let's start talking. I mean, first talking about the prize winners, and then we will uh, talk about the problems very quickly. I mean, very quickly, I try to finish this. So, as we talked about it in the blog, the winner gets $200, the second place 100, the third place 50. Three random participants from the top 100 will get 25 each, and three random participants from all contestants gets 25 each. So first, we're gonna choose the people who, I mean, although we should ensure that people are not, I mean, we have a cheats detection process as well that we want to remove them from the rating. But anyway, because in the uh, stream we want to choose the people, we're gonna do it and choose the people, and then we're gonna choose their code. I mean, look at their code. If there were any cheaters in them, we will do it again ourselves. So in the stream we will just start doing this. So this 4 was just randomly here. This was not something that we added. So from 1 to 100, we should choose from 4 to 100 because 1 to 100 already are winning. 1 to 3. So the people who have won the awards is person number 78, rank 78, rank 23, rank 77. It's like it doesn't look random. 23, Aditya Bharatiya, 77 and 78. And guys, to make the rules simple, if they were cheaters, the first person after them gets the award. Amir Ali Kalantar and Honia. These were the three people who win $25 each. And for all the people, let me see, that's how many people participated. Why am I clicking on this? So 260 people participated in total. I mean, they had at least one submission. The winners are 57, 194, and 69. I'm taking the screenshots so that I remember who were the winners. 69. I mean, I forgot already. I should look at my screenshots. 64, 57, 164, 69. Okay, so people 57, Nikhil Tugaro, 69, Rufat. Although it's weird that he got E accepting 17 minutes, we're gonna check their submissions anyway. If there were any cheaters, the first person after them gets the prize. And 194, if I'm not wrong. 194 is, we have no 194. So we have to choose the first person after that is, oh, no. That's very hard to decide. Let me choose another number. And this time, choose in advance. If we had no number like that, the first person greater than or equal to this gets the awards. 245. 245. Maryam. So yeah, these people are the winners. So anyway, I took screenshots from them so that I remember who won the prizes. I wanted to do it here because to be transparent about the prizes. And so now, if you want, we can. I mean, now we're gonna talk about the problems and solve them. Is the Repovive problem rating the same as CF problem rating? What do you mean by same? It's For us, the difficulties are similar. And guys, the ratings are gonna be out soon as well. I mean, if I was not in the stream, I would set up the ratings right now. I would just release them. Right now, I did something, but I have to do it after the stream. So after the stream, the ratings are going to be out as well. D and E expected rating. You can look at it. I mean, we're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about. I mean, we're going to talk about problems A to D. Problems E, F, G won't result in the in the solution discussion, but they're in the editorial. The full solution is in the editorial. It would be great to have a dedicated bio report or suggestion option right on the homepage. Adding an image upload feature for screenshots would also be really helpful. Yeah, sure. That's great. If you can add custom layers or multiple layers, that would be great. And guys, did you know something? I saw problem DJs with off and greedy approach, but I cannot prove why it works. Okay, we talk about it. Twitter for us have people expert, etc. We will have tags, but we will not copy Codeforces tags because it doesn't look good to just copy. I mean, that's theirs. So if you have any better idea, you can share it with us on the tags. I mean, what do you want the label to be? And guys, by the way, did you know that noobs use mouse, but legends always use keyboard? So if you are on Repovive and you press Command plus K or Control plus K, for example, if you write, I don't know, like 2 or 1A, for example, then problem 1A from problem set will open for you. If you say go to roadmaps or go to problems, GP problems will open. Even if you don't open that, if you just are on Codeforces and write GC, it will go to the contest. If you press on T, the theme will change. I mean, it would toggle between light mode and dark mode. I'm planning to make the website more dope so that you don't need to use mouse at all. You can just navigate over it with keyboard only because mouse is not something. Mouse is not very legends. I mean, legends don't use mouse. If you don't know what the inversion graph is, probably oh, you solved till problem E. I mean, probably first it's better to learn that and then try to start doing that. I would love to explain them. And as I said, problems E and F and G are authored by Ashmas. And I wanted to read them and their solutions during the contest so that I discuss them in the stream, but I couldn't because we had more of fundamental issues. So the main reason that I'm not discussing them is that at the moment I don't know their solutions yet. I haven't read them. So otherwise I would discuss it. But they are fully written in here in the editorials. Oh, yes. At the beginning of the contest, we had a spike. I mean, at some point, like 200 submissions were thrown at the judge, and we tested it. It was working before. I mean, we already tested it. I mean, we never had a contest that 200 people submit at the same time, but we virtually tested it, and it was working. But in the contest, for some reason, it crashed. And but we learned something from it. I mean, I completely know that how in the next contests stop this and don't let this happen. We learned something from how to fix it, and we could fix it during the contest. I hope that it didn't disturb you that much. I'm glad that we could recover from it. Uh yeah, inversion graphs. Inversion graphs. You can just if you search, I think there. I mean, yeah. For example, this Khan Academy, and even I think if you read the editorial, you will understand about it as well. F was really good problem. Awesome. That's great. Great. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, we haven't started talking about the problems yet. So I think let's discuss the problems. Probably, I don't know if you guys are mostly here for discussion of problems. or not. But if you are, we can start talking about that. And guys, because ratings are gonna be out, please suggest that. What do you want the tags to be, the labels? Like, do you like this Grandmaster style or something new? Or like this lead code style that has knights, etc. Or something new? Like in Taekwondo, they have different colors of belts or things like that. If you had any good ideas, let us know. That's very great if you can give us ideas. Anyway, let's talk about the problems. Gemstones. Grandmaster style is good, not lead code. Can you publish the CSS? Yeah, we can. We can either publish it on GitHub or we can add it to the website. So that's similar to Codeforces. You can see on which test case you get wrong answer when you submit in problems. That's both is possible. The second one takes more time, but it's both are possible. Okay, so let's start talking about the problems. Starting from problem A. Problem A says that given an array A of n integers and elements at position I is called the boundary element if at least one of the following is true. AI is the minimum among A1 to AI, or AI is the maximum among AI to AN. So it should be either the minimum in the prefix or the maximum in suffix. You have to count the number of boundary elements. So this problem is just a rolling minimum and a rolling maximum. So starting from the beginning, I will very quickly do it in the editor. Guys, we are trying to make the editor more dope as well, so that in a way that you will never use your local editor anymore in your life. We are trying to do it in a way that no one is gonna use anything other than this in the future. But anyway, we are working on it. So can basically keep a rolling minimum as you go forward. You can have an int of mn. It should be the minimum among all of a1 to ai. So at the beginning, you can set the minimum to a of 0, for example, for int I 0, I less than n, I plus plus. And you can say that mn equal to minimum of mn and ai, and it should be equal to the minimum. If ai, you can have boolean of okay, and then you can say that okay of I is equal to mn equal to a sub I. And then do the same thing from the ends. A of n minus 1 for int I equal to n minus 1, I greater than or equal to 0, I minus minus, mx equal to max of mx and ai, and ok of I equal to mx equal to ai. And we should just not forget that at the end set ok equal to 0. Counts, or for example, at the end we should count how many are them. Int of cnt is 0, cnt plus equal to ok of I, and then set ok of I to be 0 to be clean it up for the next one, or false. Cout cnt. And command plus enter or control plus enter runs on the test cases. I give everything to be 0 for some reason. Let me see. There are two places. When these things happen, there are two places that I might have bugs, and I should understand that which one has bugs. I should answer something. So yeah, I should see that if my code has some issues, or is it my is it the website? Cout mn. I never assume that someday on problem A I'm gonna debug. Oh, scene n. I forgot to scene. I less than ni plus plus scene ai. Oh, okay. you can help me that to find out how about Kung Fu Panda labels. We can think about that. Yeah, thank you very much for telling me the input. I don't know what else I'm not considering, but I hope that you are understanding it. I'm taking a look at it to see, try to understand that what bugs I have in here. But I hope that you are understanding anyway what the solution is. I can maybe just like do this as well to see that why. Uh, okay, now it's giving the correct answer, doesn't it? When I did see out, it was showing the correct answer. It's possibly a bug in the compiler. That's possible. Because when I see out MN, it gives correct answer. Oh no, 3-1. Yeah, anyway. You are resetting, okay, when calculating MX. No. I go over everything. I keep the rolling minimum and the rolling maximum. I go forward from the beginning and I keep track of the minimum. And I will go back from the end and I will keep track of the current maximum. And whenever I got to each element, I will check if MN and MX are equal to what they should be. So basically, we keep track of this minimum and this maximum, and we can keep track of things that we have. Oh, right. I. Oh, right. I wasn't considering it. Yeah. So, yes, let's submit. And this is basically gonna be. Oh, thank you very much for letting me know. It was. I mean, at the beginning, I forgot to even take the inputs. Okay, so if it's okay, we can move on to the next problem. I have to at the same time answer some messages as well. Okay, so is it completely clear? Shall we move on to problem B? So yeah, I mean, this was basically the whole solution. So at the end, I mean, basically you first input the values and then you will keep the rolling minimum and rolling maximum. Okay, will be minimum. Either this in here it should be okay or in here it should be okay. Is this clear? So if it's clear, we can now move on to problem B. Awesome. Great. Let's move on to problem B now. Let's quickly discuss that as well. It says that given an array A of n distinct positive integers, a pair of indices ij with I less than j is called stable if ai is less than aj, and there's no index k with k from I to j such that ai less than ak less than aj. So no value should be in between of these two. So you have to count the number of, no values that k is between I and j. Its value should not be between I and j. We have to count the number of them. And we see that n is up to 5,000. So what can we say? Guys, the main point is that we can do n squared, right? We can fix some elements and start going forward from that element. We can fix some elements and start going forward. We want AI to be less than AJ. So definitely we only consider numbers greater than AI. So in here, we should only consider the numbers greater than AI. If something is less than AI, we just ignore it. And among the values that are greater than AI, we should always keep track of the minimum one of them. Because whenever we see some number, if the minimum number that is greater than AI is less than this, it's going to be between AI and AJ. So this won't be good. Only the elements that are greater than AI And so far, they are the minimum, only they are going to be good. The rest aren't going to be good. So that's how we can just keep track of it. So we keep a rolling minimum again. And for each of these elements, we can see that's how it would be. And then calculate at the end, the number of them. Yeah, so basically it's brute force for problem B. Let's quickly implement this one as well. If we don't fall into bugs again. So we have int of t, n, and ai's, and then we seen t, and while t minus minus, seen n for int I0, I less than n, I plus plus, seen ai. And then we, as I said, we have a for I from 0 to n minus 1, and then we have to keep a rolling, as I said, minimum. I can define an inf. I know that AIs are up to 10 to the ninth. So my inf can be 1 in 9 plus 20. I can have int of mn equal to inf at the beginning. And then we have a for int of j equal to I plus 1, j less than n, j plus plus. We can say that, as I said, if a of j was less than a of I, continue. It's just useless. If a of j is less than a, it's not important at all. Otherwise, as I said, it should basically be the minimum that we have seen so far. So among all the numbers that are greater than AI that we've seen, it should be the minimum one. So because AK should be less than, I can just say that AJ less than or equal to AI, I should continue. If AFJ is less than or equal to AI, we should continue. And then I can say that now we know that all these ages are greater than AI. I can say mn equal to minimum of mn and a of j, and I can keep an answer int of ans equal to 0, and just say that ans plus equal to aj equal to mn. And then at the end, see out ans. Why? Because only for the cases where a of j is really mn, I should calculate it. And this way, it would be calculated. So this time, tests are passed. Let's see if it gets accepted as well or not. So that's basically the whole thing for this problem. Let me know if this one is also clear or not. And if it's completely okay, we can move on to problem C now. I don't know why Judge is keeping us waited so much. Can you please increase the score of question as I got TLE because of online judge not present? We cannot manually change the score of people. So, but we can make sure that we can make sure to try to add it for the next contest. There is still a lot of things that we should add, and we are working on them. But yeah, basically, for the next contest, we'll definitely try to add it. I think I took a screenshot from what you said, right? Just to make sure I take another screenshot. Yeah, by the way, problem B is also accepted. So if you're completely okay with that, we can move on to the next problem. N squared log gave TLE on B. Yeah, N squared log is not intended. Because also it's 5,000 times 5,000 times log of 5,000, which is above 10. This is around 4 or 5 times 10 to the 8th. So it was intended kind of to be TLE. Yeah. Okay, so if it's completely okay, we can move on to the next problem now. Problem C. So for these problems now, I'm gonna just explain the solutions to go quickly. It says that you are given an integer array A of length n, determine whether it is possible to partition the elements into two non-empty subsets A, S1 and S2, such that maximum of S1 minus minimum of S1 is equal to maximum of S2 minus minimum of S2. Okay, so, and definitely a single element subset has range 0. For each test case, you should output yes if such a partition exists, no if such a partition does not exist. And the judge is case sensitive. We wrote it so to make sure that you see it, that it should be, you should output yes and no exactly like this. For the next rounds, we probably make it non-sensitive. But for this contest, it was case sensitive. Anyway, so how do we calculate it, guys? The point is that minimum, I mean, that's the main fact of the problem. The minimum and maximum should be in different subsets. Let me show it on the editorial because we have such a beautiful editorial. So the point is that at the end, the global minimum, if we calculate the global minimum and the global maximum of the entire array, they should be in different subsets, definitely. Because if they are in the same subset, it's the maximum possible distance that they have. And then there's no way that we can do the rest. Or at least there's one minimum and one maximum that they are in different subsets. That's the main fact. There would be a minimum and the maximum that they are in different subsets. It's not possible that all minimum and maximums are in the same subset, because the other subset then definitely is going to have less difference. And that's the key fact on this problem. The point is that you will put minimum on one of them, maximum on the other one, and the one that has the maximum, you can easily find what is its minimum. The one that has the minimum, you can easily find out what is its maximum. And then you can, for each number, see that in which of these two buckets it can go, right? You can just see that in which bucket it will go and put it in that bucket. And basically, at the end, you will see that if everything is covered or not. Is it completely clear as well? So the beautiful point of this problem was that the minimum and maximum should be in different subsets. And once you put minimum in one and maximum in the other one, the rest will be deterministic. If it's clear, if you don't have any questions, I'm gonna move on to problem D as well to discuss that problem as well. I'm sorry that problems E to F, E to G aren't gonna be solved in this stream. As I said, I wanted to read this the problems, guys, are really great. The problems E to G. I mean, if you take a look at them, I mean, they are really amazing problems. And I'm sorry that we're not going to discuss them, but in the editor there are. Can you show test 9 of problem C? We can either, I mean, probably, do you want to make it like Codeforces where you can see the tests that you get wrong answer on? We can either do that, or like @coder, we can have it on a Git repository. Both is possible. But yeah. By the way, you offered Kung Fu Panda labels or tags. What is it said? I mean, I'm thinking about the tags, that labels that we should give people. And what is Kung Fu Panda levels? I mean, I don't know, what should I search for? That's actually a good idea. I mean, thank you for brainstorming on that. We want to have something similar to Codeforces and LeetCode, etc., and @coder, that we have different levels and labels for them. But you can share your ideas with us, that what you want those to be. I mean, I like this Kung Fu Panda idea. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, we will make it possible for you to see that test case. We will make it possible. I was not on this screen. Okay, so let me talk about problem D as well, maximum bracket sequence. I personally like this problem as well. One of the reasons might be because I made it myself. Let me tell you the problem. It says that a valid bracket sequence is a string consisting of characters, uh, opening bracket and closing bracket, such that every prefix has at least as many opening brackets as closing brackets, and the total number of opening and closing brackets are equal. So you know that what is a valid bracket sequence. The distance between two strings of equal length is the number of positions where they differ. Given a valid bracket sequence S of length 2n, find the maximum possible distance from S to any other valid bracket sequence of the same length. So given a valid bracket sequence, you should find the maximum possible distance from S to any other valid bracket sequence. So I'm going to tell you that's how this problem will be solved. Guys, the point is that assume that you have fixed some k. You have fixed some k and you want to see that if there is any bracket sequence such that its distance to yours is k. What can you do? Here a beautiful fact comes in. I mean, if you fix some k that you say that, okay, I want to see if there is a bracket sequence that is different to mine is k. The fact is that it's always optimal for you. I mean, definitely, let's change k to 2k because it should be an even number. Let me show it with 2k. Definitely, you should change k opening brackets to closing brackets and k closing brackets to opening brackets, right? So the main idea in here is that the optimal strategy is always to choose the opening brackets that are at the end, the k last opening brackets, and the k first closing brackets. It's always optimal that if you want to change 2k elements, you fix the first, you toggle the first k closing brackets and the last k opening brackets. So for each k, I mean, you can do a binary search on k, and for k, you check that if you toggle this, is it gonna be valid or not? And then at the end, you can see that. I mean, based on that, you can see that which part of binary search you should go to. Should you search in smaller values or higher values? So basically, yeah, that's how you can calculate the values. So you do a binary search, and the main idea is that the closing ones that you're gonna open is the best to be the first one, and the opening ones that you're gonna be making them close is the best if they're the last ones. Is it completely clear? Also, simple greedy would work here instead of binary search. Simple greedy, you mean our solution is also greedy, but I think you mean that you increment k, right? You can start incrementing k from the one and go forward and keep changing them. For example, with a segment tree with a segment tree, for example, you can calculate that what is the minimum prefix sum. And then if it was positive, I mean non-negative, then it's good and you can keep incrementing k. If that's the solution you had, that's also possible. Yep. So how did you do? Is it off n? Maybe it's interesting if you share it because that's even better. Anyway, n log would be accepted definitely. I mean, because if we don't set n log to be accepted, you can't even get the inputs in general. But yeah, O of n is interesting. I'm personally interested to know how do you do it. You can increment k, and you keep changing. Oh, each time a suffix is gonna be decreased, that is before the suffixes. A suffix is gonna increase, that is gonna be before the suffixes that are gonna decrease. Yeah. Yeah, I see the potential that probably, yeah, probably it can be accepted. But I'm still interested to know how you accepted it. Yeah, but it's definitely interesting. Yeah, I mean, probably we can use the fact that these are the K first closing brackets and those are the last uh, K opening brackets. And when you keep toggling all these, probably you can update the values easier. You can see the ranges probably that's they're gonna decrease and see that's how much they will decrease. First, we try to make closing to open and open from left to right using two pointers. Oh, yeah, I think that would work as well. Because the initial one is valid, yeah, that can work as well. So starting from the beginning, you try to make the closing one open and then an opening one close that is after it. But the point is that it's not necessarily after that. We might be able to do it before it as well. Yeah, but I mean, with some changes, yeah, it can be fixed. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, nice. Nice. I like the solution that you discussed. Yeah, thank you for sharing it. Yeah, so uh yes, so that's the solution discussion for today's contest. Hopefully we make these contests regularly and we're gonna have them like once or twice a week. We're gonna have these contests. We try to set a fixed time for it. That each week we're gonna have the contest on fixed time. So if you have any questions or anything to share, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, uh we're gonna be done. Set more constructive attack. Yeah, I also like attack. Sorry, I have to respond to a message. Today's contest, there were no constructive attack. Uh, we can say that ad hoc, if you mean that there's no tag in the solution, yeah. I mean, each problem had some tag, yeah. But sure, I mean, over the contest, I mean, in one contest, you cannot have all the different styles of the problems. But yeah, definitely, we will do that more as well. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing your suggestions for the contest. I mean, it's really helpful. Okay, so I'm gonna see you guys next time. Hopefully, today we can share our roadmaps for graph as well. And yeah, the other things that I won't tell you yet. There are some surprises as well that we are preparing. When will be the next bootcamp? I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna coordinate with you. In the past days, I was so busy with the contest and everything that I couldn't even think about it. But yeah, I definitely let you know. We're gonna hopefully have it soon, very soon. Probably in the next. I cannot promise, but soon. I don't want to give a number and then not doing that. Yeah, but there are. a lot of things that are going to be added. I'm all time on Repovive right now, and I'm preparing stuff, and there are a lot of things that are going to be released that I'm sure that you'll love. Okay, guys, thank you for joining here, and thank you for participating in Repovive contest. You participate in the opening round of contest. You're now part of the history of Repovive. And I mean, this is a judge that you were there from day one. Thank you for being there. And I'm going to see you soon. So, goodbye for now.